And welcome in to the Anthony Griggs Coaches Show. Anthony Griggs is the head coach of the Springfield High School boys basketball team. This is our third episode. We had a preseason, then we came out with the Jamboree, some early season games, and now we're getting into the chunk of our December schedule. I am joined by none other than the man himself, head coach Anthony Griggs. Coach, thank you for joining me today.
Thanks for having me.
Now, Coach, just going over a review. Currently, you sit at 5-2 on the season. Is this a better start than you've had coming up? Because I know you guys have improved every single season you've been here. Just talk about this start in comparison to other starts in your previous years here at Springfield.
Yeah, this is the best start that we've had since I've been here. My first year, I believe we started 2-0, and then we went on a nice little losing streak. And then last year we started out 3-1, and we went on another losing streak and didn't win another game until January. So this year, coming out the gates, we're being 5-2 is big for us. It just shows the growth that we've had, and also the maturity in my seniors that they've been able to, again, accomplish with going through it. So they know what it's like from on both ends of losing, and now we're starting to put it together a little bit.
Absolutely. Now, Coach, your two losses, they're both to Gallatin, correct? Same school?
Yes.
Can you just talk about that challenge of having to play the same school twice in a short span of time? Is there a lot of change-ups into the game? Because I'm sure both schools kind of get in that phase where they're incorporating football guys back. So just talk about those early season challenges that you could have had in those two games playing Gallatin in back-to-back weeks.
Yeah, it's tough playing the Hall of Fame coach, Coach Luna over there at Gallatin. He's been there since 1995, so it's like a system that he's created over there. He's coached most of those athletes and their dads and probably some of their granddads, depending on how old they are. So that challenge, our first game, we went over there. We went to 4 overtimes, which basically you played a whole nother game, essentially. We had our chances to win that game, and I'll take the credit for it as far as us not winning. I should have fouled up 3. I had 2 chances to foul up 3 and send them to the free throw line. But I credit my seniors and the guys that were in the game at that time. They were playing good defense, so I had to roll the dice and say, hey, I have to show that. I tell them all the time I trust them. So I trusted them in that situation. And then the second game, we just came out flat. We didn't. I think in our minds we were ready to play, but then it didn't. I think we were too hyped up and too excited to play that game, and we got behind. We had our chances in that game too. Believe it or not, we cut it to 2. We were down 10 most of the game. Cut it to 2. We actually tied the game at one point, but again, that's a Hall of Fame coach over there battling a young coach, and he knows what to do to keep his guys in line. But some great battles, definitely.
And another game we talked about in our early episodes that you were looking forward to was we had scheduled Loretto, who was a 2A Tennessee TSSAA undefeated state champs last year. You had them early in the season. You guys actually went down and came away with the win. Can you just talk about that game and what that means? Yeah,
that's a great program. Like I said, playing a team that went undefeated last year, and for our guys to come in with that type of maturity and play hard and meet that level of competition was great for us early on. It's a great test for us, especially. We didn't have our football guys at that time, so we was just a couple of us, and we went out there and battled, and it was a great game. Loretto definitely showed why they're state champions and why they went undefeated, because even when we took a nice lead, they came right back. They never folded. And for us, maturity-wise, that was great for us, because in those situations, we're normally, when we get up in that situation and the team makes a run, we normally in the past would shut down. So for our guys now to say, okay, stay calm, stay in the moment, keep doing what we do, and keep the pressure on, for us to pull out that win was great for us.
And I want to get your insight a little bit, too, because you had 2 games that were, frankly, one bordering blowout and the other on a blowout, right? So, and I'm the wrestling coach here, and I tell my guys all the time, if you want to be that top-tier state medalist, top 6 guy in the state, you have to show it against competition, that you have to show the gap in competition sometimes. I just want to talk about when you kind of notice you're running away with the game. Like in football, it's a little bit different. There's a respect aspect to it sometimes, and you want to get other guys your work. When you start to see that a game is going away, is that what's your philosophy going into coaching there? Getting as many guys reps as possible or looks, or is it just kind of molding the culture even more and more as you're in those later quarters?
There's a little bit of both because it's teaching moments in all of it. I want to make sure my guys understand, hey, we have a big lead, but we still need to do what we do. That's an opportunity to correct some things, to work on some things that we normally may not get enough time with in practice or in certain games. So when it does come down to it, we know how to handle those situations. And then it's also a time to get guys that normally don't get as much minutes, get them some minutes, because I'm always big on, hey, we play off of matchups, and it might not be your night tonight, but we may throw you in there one night, and you need to be ready. So that's an opportunity to build that experience, build that growth, and give those guys on the bench that normally may not get as many minutes as they want, but that gives them the confidence.
And one more game to review, Coach. You guys actually played against my alma mater, Clarksville High School, and a person I had as a teacher and a fellow Vanderbilt alum, Coach Ted Young. I just want you to review that game because it looks like you guys had an extremely impressive performance this early in the season against a team that's, frankly, I get to see them in first, but they're always pretty solid. So I just want you to talk about that one.
Yeah, Coach Ted, he does a great job with those guys. It's a battle. We've been battling them for the past 2 years. And knowing that we're not in that district anymore, so getting those bragging rights is always a good thing. Of course, we do have to play them again at their house, but they've always been a disciplined team. Coach Ted does a great job. His staff does a great job of making sure they do what they're supposed to do. And for our guys, we love playing Clarksville. I don't know if we love the color purple or what, but we love playing. Every time we play them, it's always a great battle. I'm proud of the way we played. We left there last year. We split with them last year in the regular season, and then we beat them going into the district championship. So we had that chip on our shoulder a little bit to revenge that loss that we gave away at the end of the regular season last year. But Coach Ted and his staff does a great job with those guys.
Absolutely. Thank you, Coach. And that was the first half of our Anthony Griggs Coaches Show, reviewing the games we've had up to this point. We've had shows for our preseason, our week 1. Now we're treading into week 2 and 3 territory. Stay tuned. We have another player interview. This one could be the best one yet. We have number 5 for Springfield High School boys basketball senior, Rahjadin Dunn. So stay tuned here on the Anthony Griggs Coaches Show. And welcome back to the Anthony Griggs Coaches Show. I'm joined today. Our player interview will be senior basketball player number 5, Rahjadin Dunn?
Yeah,
Did I get that right? So you told me beforehand to call you Raw. Is that like a shortened nickname abbreviation that you've always had growing up and playing?
Yeah, it's been like a short nickname since like my name is long, so it's like not a lot of people can say it, so it's like I just shortened it to Raw.
Did that come from like your parents, or did that come from your coaches, or?
It was you can say my parents, like coaches. Things like that,
They just got. Were you a bad little kid? They just got sick of calling your full name out all the time.
No, I wouldn't say I was a bad kid, but, but something like that.
I got you. It's your first time ever being interviewed, Raw.
Yeah, it is actually.
Yeah, so senior basketball player. I mean, tell me how the season's going for you individually and how you think it's going as a team. Because if I'm correct, you guys are sitting at 5-2 right now. A very impressive start for you guys.
Yes, sir. I feel like as a team, we going through it well. Beginning of the season, still getting some of the kinks out. Like still getting into the flow of it, but. And then for me personally, I feel like I'm doing, I'm doing my role on the team, keeping everybody together, keeping the team.
Yeah, as an athlete for the team, do you feel like there's a certain point where you want to see things ramp up and things peak? Like, I'm the wrestling coach, and when I was a wrestling athlete, it was around January where I expected us to be playing at a high level. I want to know if there's a point in the season where you kind of had that expectation with your guys, like this is where we should really know by now our identity.
I feel like we the same way. I feel like around that January time period, toward the end of January, going into district play, I feel like that's when we should peak out and then, play our best basketball.
Do you have any specific goals for yourself and for your team? Whether it's, try and end up with X number of wins over 500 or a specific district title. Is there any goals you have for yourself too? I don't know the accolades you've had leading up to this, but feel free to talk yourself up and talk about where you want to go.
I mean, as a team, the ultimate goal is to ultimately get to that state championship, and then I feel like my personal goal is, make it on the all district team. You know what I'm saying? So it's like things like that.
Absolutely. Tell me some things you feel like you do well as a basketball player that's a skill set that might be independent to you. When you're out there playing, what do you think? I want you to verbalize it for the audience. What do you think you do well and you bring to the table?
I feel like my communication skills are
Mhm.
real on point. You know what I'm saying? Making sure when we out there, we all on one page and everybody knows what's going on. So it's like it's no confusion.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously you're a senior on this team. You're a real leader. Can you talk about your boys and some of the guys that have stepped up and what makes this team different? It looks like there's a lot of upperclassmen, and every year that head coach Anthony Griggs has been here, you guys have improved as a team. So I want to know, what the culture is there, what the kind of what the energy is in the room.
I feel like the culture is just to get better. Like, you know what I'm saying? Every day in, day out, just get better. And then I feel like as well as the team has gotten more mature, like we done got a whole lot mature, and that's just a little bit of Coach Griggs rubbing off into us, knowing that this is his third year here with us. And, like he's been with us, so we kind of know like the expectation.
Rob, what's some adversity you feel like you've had to do? I mean, you've been here obviously for an extended period of time. You're a senior. I want to know maybe what's some adversity you feel like you've had to overcome, whether it's a technical thing, an injury thing. What's probably what's something you can tell young guys like, hey, I went through this and came out on the other side?
Starting out, not getting a lot of play time,
Mm-hmm.
I'd say that's one thing I can shed a light on, because it's like not having a lot of play time, it really shows your love for the game. Like how much work are you willing to put in? How much are you willing to cheer on your teammates? Even though you're not playing, you seeing other guys play and shine, can you still be like a good teammate and persevere through it until like you eventually get your chance to play on the court?
Absolutely. I think that's the best answer we've had so far on the show. I absolutely love that. And I think that shows the unique senior leadership. You did a good job to verbalize it too, man. I mean, those young guys, they're going to some people, and that's something I've learned as a coach, is to some people, you might be the only authority figure that they see, but you can only do so much as an adult to a kid. But as a student to student, being able to see that, I can see it rub off. I always tell Coach Griggs, I walk in early in the mornings, I'm like, dude, it's early for me. And I see you guys out there working, right? You guys are always working hard. You guys are pushing that refinement. It's obviously showing in the results. Do you have any specific matchups you're looking forward to, like a specific team or a style of play against? Is there something that you're kind of looking ahead, or is it just kind of like week by week, day by day?
Oh, I'm looking forward to that Joe Burns game coming up next week. We ain't played Joe Burns in some years here. And the last time I played them, they beat us, but that was in middle school. So, little chip on the shoulder going into that game.
Absolutely. I love that. It's always nice to hear that. And, as an athlete, you're expected to kind of say like but I get it because I played football at Vanderbilt. And when that Tennessee week came around, it did mean more. I'm not afraid to admit it. So it's nice to hear that there's something that you guys are looking forward to. Well, Ra, I appreciate you coming on the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, absolutely. That was an amazing interview. Stay tuned. We'll come back with head coach Anthony Griggs, and we'll be wrapping up and looking forward to the future of our schedule. Thanks, and stay tuned. And welcome back to the Anthony Griggs Coaches Show. Just wanted to thank Rob for sitting down with us and giving us what I believe was our best player interview so far. Coach, what do you think? Do you think that was our best player interview so far?
So far, he's done the best job. He showed his personality, which he shows a lot of personality in practice in our group chat and things like that around off the court. He's probably one of our biggest personalities in the locker room.
Now, Coach, I believe this is the first show we have where you've gotten your football guys back, right? Talk about that period of acclimation. Maybe it could be a physical aspect of it. Obviously, football and basketball are different games, so what challenges do they face coming from that? The workload, maybe some aspects of the team dynamic of it, because sometimes, guys don't want to give up playing time that they might have been engaged with without the extra people on the roster. So just talk about that challenge a little bit.
The biggest challenge is just getting them back incorporated of the physicality part, adjusting to the referees. They're used to hitting people and people hitting them and getting adjusted. Hey, now that's a foul. Can't do that here. But one thing about this group is they're very connected. They like each other. They like to be around each other. Of course, there's going to be some chemistry issues that we have to kink out, work out, make sure guys understand, hey, now that we went from not seeing those guys for a couple of months to now they're back. The biggest issue, of course, is always playing time, like understanding, hey, we got to work guys in. I try to tell the guys that has been here since football has been going, hey, make it easy for them. Make the transition easy for them. Don't. It shouldn't be a situation where they feel like they need to rush back on the court. Give them time to get back in basketball shape because it is different. Basketball shape and football shape are two different things. Give them a chance to get back in the groove of things. Don't make it seem like they have to rush back and help and do things. But I am glad that they're excited to be back. Of course, I know they were hurt losing that South Gibson game, and we try to tell them, hey, now it's a new season. It's another chance to do something good for the school. You still have a chance to win for the school, so make sure we get that taken care of. But overall, this group likes each other. They love each other, and we're working. That's the biggest thing.
Absolutely. And you got a challenge here to end the week. So this show will be released on a Thursday here, December 11th. On December 12th at 6 and 7:30 p.m., the basketball teams will be going up against Kenwood. We'll be the Springfield High School wrestling team will be the opening act. We have our in-school match, and around 4 o'clock we'll clear out and let the basketball hardwood show. You have a Kenwood team coming here for a home game before you go away to Joe Burns. We'll talk first about that Kenwood game. What do you want to see from your team? And obviously you've had experience playing against these Clarksville teams for so long. What's something you expect going into this Kenwood game?
Well, first, shout out to the wrestling team. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, y'all won y'all 100th match or something like that this past week or two.
Oh, Jamie Sanguinez, he won his 100th individual match, so which is absolutely a huge accomplishment. One of our seniors, so I appreciate that. Our girls team is currently undefeated in duels right now. That program is exploding. We're taking our boys down to Cheatham County High School here on Saturday, so that's our next go around.
Shout out to you guys having a great season. I know the guys are looking forward to the in-school match. They've all been texting about it. Are we going to be able to watch the in-school match before we play and get into what we need to do? And I'm like, yeah, of course.
The in-school match is fun. It's nice seeing our kids get absolutely horrified to wrestle in front of the school. I love that. That puts that pressure on them.
I wish we could do it. I definitely wish we could have
that'd be
so
so
I think you get
cool.
The entire school out, and it'll be a great experience because you get kids that's never played the sport or maybe even thought about it. They get to see it and they take an interest in certain things, so that's pretty cool. But heading into Kenwood, this will be our third year playing them. They're always physical. Coach Cronin does a good job of keeping those guys wanting to play hard. They play hard no matter what they have. It's always physical with them. I still remember my first year. We came out, they were up 9-0. We made a run. And next thing I know, I looked up, we were down 30. And the kid came to me. I'll never forget it. He was like, man, what you making substitutions for? What are you making substitutions for? It's not going to get any better. And that's been stuck with me since then. But they always play hard, so I'm looking forward to it. I know the guys are looking forward to it. Coach Cronin is a great guy. Me and him talk often, but I got to get one on him. That's the goal. We have to get one on him and continue doing what we do.
You have a good opportunity here at home, and then going into one that Rob pointed out specifically, you guys are going away to Joe Burns next Tuesday. Then we'll have our next show, but that seemed like one that had a little more juice into it. Care to explain?
Oh yeah, everyone's looking for. Every time I'm in a community, everybody's talking about that Joe Burns game. It's been a while since Springfield has played Joe Burns. I'm looking forward to it. We don't play enough teams in the county. I think that's one thing that I've been trying to get back here. We always play Heritage, but I like playing and we always play Greenbrier. I want to be able to play everybody in the county because I'm a big competitor, and for me, I want to see who's the best in the county, who runs the county. So us being able to get that opportunity to play Joe Burns, I know everybody's looking forward to it. We have a good opportunity here. I know they have a good team this year. From what I'm hearing, they probably make a good state run, and that's the goal for us is to make a state run. So being able to play good competition and looking forward to a packed house. And for us, I'm pretty sure that gym is going to be packed out because everybody's talking about it. So it's going to be good for us to be on the road and face a little adversity. We need some adversity. I'm big on making sure we can learn something out of it. And I'm sure they're going to come out throwing haymakers, and we're going to see how we respond.
Before I let you go, Coach, I just want to talk about, I think there have been some JV games going on too. Are there any of those young guys you want to kind of give a shout out on the show that have improved or you've seen some good things from?
Oh yeah, Stevie Rawls, he plays both ways. He plays JV and he plays varsity. He actually had 30 points the other night against Glencliff, In the varsity game, he hit 8 threes, so that's big for him. Who else JV was? Myron Step. He plays a little JV for us. He plays both ways. He's learning how he uses those moments to learn how to be a point guard. That's what we're working on with him. Is hey, I know you can score the ball, but we need you to be able to come in there with Josh getting ready to graduate this year. We have to fill that point guard spot. He's been doing a good job of trying to get everybody involved and opening up his court vision. But overall, all those JV guys are doing great. We had a JV play day last Saturday. We ended up coming in, so we were runner-up. Beach beat us. We had an opportunity to win it all, but Beach beat us. But they played good. We started out slow, but they're starting to get it together and starting to connect and starting to gel. And they played Monday. We played Monday at White House, and we played Heritage and White House. And we won both of those games, so the improvement is definitely there. And like I tell those guys, hey, just because you're on JV now doesn't mean you have to stay there. Come take a varsity guy spot. If they're not working hard, I'm big on, hey, if you're not going to work hard, so you have an opportunity. If you want that opportunity, outwork somebody. And that's the only way we can get better.
Absolutely. Coach, I just want to throw the ball in your court. Any shout-outs or anything that you've seen that maybe I didn't cover in my questioning of you that you want to let the audience know, or are we ready to head to Kenwood on Friday night?
Big shout-out to our crowd, our fans, and the community. They've come to games where I didn't think we would have many people in the crowd, and it's been pretty filled. So shout out to the community, and shout out to the fans that we have and the parents that put in work for us every day. Keep coming, keep showing us love. The kids love it. I love it. It's a great way to keep everybody engaged, and thank you for supporting us. And thank you for doing this for us every week. Absolutely.
This has been a ton of fun. I feel like every week we get better. I'm excited to see where it goes, and this is just the sign of the things you're doing with the Springfield High boys basketball program. It proved every single year he's been here. Now we have this show for the community. You know, Coach Griggs is giving you guys love, and I think that community support, I think there's no coincidence that correlates with their 5-2 start. So keep coming out, keep showing out. He's head coach Anthony Griggs. I'm your host, Bruno Reagan, head of the audiovisual production department here at Springfield High School. Stay tuned for next week's show. We'll have more player interviews, reviews, and hopefully the season keeps going strong. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.